Assalamu alaikum, everybody. So I want to talk about day 29 of Ramadan. In a few hours here, I'm going to start my final fast of Ramadan. It's 29 days this year, and this is it. One more day of fasting. And one more day of fasting feels like another year of fasting. It seems like so much. A few days of fasting, it's no big deal. It seems like just go without food and drink, from sun up to sundown. Yeah, it's rough, but it's nothing really rough. And to make me feel guiltier, all these people post on social media how they wish Ramadan could be all year. Why can't every day be like Ramadan? Now, okay, granted, maybe if I was around other people celebrating and having a good time during Ramadan, maybe I would get a sense of that, which isn't the case for me. But what Ramadan is to me, that's good, is all the closeness with Allah. But Ramadan to me means days and nights that slowly start to grate on me of the hunger and thirst that I just can't eat, can't drink, even though it's right there. On the other side, after a week or two, controlling my temper and not cursing actually became really easy. It's almost amazing how easily I adapted to that. But the food and drink was fine at first, and I did the opposite. I unadapted to it. It was crazy to me. Okay, so I'm going to go back and tell you a little story to explain this feeling to you. Okay, now, since 2005, I have been a runner. I'm not a fast runner, but I do compete in these races. Well, not compete. I run in these races for the purpose of myself mainly, not to win. I'm not fast. So I've always done them since 2005. Competed in the Peachtree Road Race every year between, I think, 2007 and 2015. I didn't compete when I came here. So, I mean, I competed. Yeah, I competed for, I think, 7 years in a row. So, anyway, I was a runner. One of the things I started doing when just the regular runs became boring was I started running these mud runs, Warrior Dash, Savage Race, these kind of runs, which are usually fun. So May of 2013, I decided to do the Savage Race, which I completed, okay, and I was proud of myself for completing, which usually makes me want to do things again. Does not make me want to do it again. The second obstacle in this race was a pool of ice water, literally pieces of ice in water, with a barrier that you had to dive in and then dive underneath the glass barrier and up around to the other side to come out to finish this thing. I saw lots of people actually skipped this. They decided they weren't they weren't gonna do it, and I did it, and it was horrifying. I jumped in the water. I instantly froze up. I kicked into gear. Obviously, I'm alive now, and I'm sure they would have pulled me out. But I froze up for a minute, and I was terrified for just a minute. Absolutely terrified. And the rest of the obstacle course was things like crawling through under electric wires, where we actually get shocked, climbing through horse poo mixed with mud, climbing huge half-pipe walls, all kinds of crazy things, going on monkey bars across mud pits. I didn't make it, I fell in, but I got to swim to the other side and continue the race. So there was a lot of obstacles. Just that worst one was the ice water, because I've never been that scared. So when I finished the race, I was proud that I managed to do it, especially after finding out that it was really hard. And a month or so later, they sent me a thing saying, here, you can sign up for the next one near you, in this nearby state. Don't you want to join the Savage Race? And there was this feeling in the pit of my stomach, and I'm like, no. For the first time ever, I hit a wall with running where I was like, that's it. No, I found my wall. I ran a marathon before with no training, just because I had signed up last minute and used somebody else's number, and I signed up to do a half and decided their number was good for the whole, what the heck, I'm going to do the whole marathon. And I was not terrified. I was terrified of doing this Savage Race again, and it's just feeling the pit of my stomach going, oh no, please, not again. I have felt like that the last few days of Ramadan. Like, I get ready, do my sari and stuff, and think, oh my gosh, I have to do this again. It's gonna be okay. And I have to talk to myself and say, like, it's just a few hours without food and water. You're going to be fine. It's not going to kill you. But I have the same amount of convincing in my head that I feel like I would have to do to convince myself to run that Savage race again. So yeah, a few days of fasting, a week of fasting, that's hard, but and Ramadan is good, and I'm proud that I did it, and I'm proud that I will do it every year, and it is a good thing. But that feeling, and I remember this again from last year. I remember I got this feeling toward the end last year too. This just feeling like I don't feel like I can go on another day. It's like running a race, and when I ran the marathon that I just mentioned, I got 1.5 miles away, and I was like looking for one of the ambulances that they keep on the peripheral in case something happens, I was looking for one of those to give myself up 1 mile to finishing 26 miles, because as hard as the rest was, you would think 1 more mile out of 26, big deal. It's a huge deal. That 1 more mile is like, take the deep breath, suck it up, you're almost there, and it's not there. Instead your mind says, but you ran 25. You ran 25 miles, it's okay. Nobody is gonna say any crap about you. You made 25 miles. Why bother with this last mile? It's not like you're winning, you're struggling. And that's how these last 2 days of Ramadan have felt for me. And I'm not asking for pity, and I'm not trying to convince you not to fast. It's a beautiful thing. I've become so close in prayers and so learned, because I've spent so much time reading about Islam and praying. I feel like I learned so much, but this is that last mile of that marathon of Ramadan. Just one more day, and my brain wants to go, but you already did it for 28 days of Ramadan. Nobody's gonna fault you if you drink or eat. How silly is that? I'm about to be this close to celebrating completing another Ramadan, doing everything I could, doing my best with the best of intentions, and I've actually fasted, except for my women's time. I have fasted all of Ramadan, and I'm excited about that, but my brain still goes, but you have to do 1 more day with no water and food. So guys, never give up, never surrender, right? I've been quoting Churchill all week. I don't know why. So never give up, never surrender. Trying. I will make it another day. I know myself. I'm way too stubborn. I can't even talk myself out of doing something once I set my mind on it. So definitely I'm going to finish this Ramadan. But yeah, my impression of this Ramadan has been that it has been rough. So to everybody who's about to finish their fast for the first time, or maybe the first few times, congratulations, we've made it. Aren't you excited? We are true Muslims. Like, we weren't Muslims when we didn't fast. That's ridiculous, right? But it makes you feel like, yes, I've got this. I know I got this. So congratulations to all of us. Good night, everybody. I'm gonna probably start getting my sorry ready in a few minutes, so bye.